Shaka Mali, let's go.
What's up, everybody? This is Shotgun Mulligan Podcast, Moonshine with your boy himself tonight, man. So I had this amazing trip to Scottsdale. Got to get the podcast rolling again. Been a long time since me and CC Stats were on the podcast, but I got a new thing for you guys today. You know, I'm gonna call it a blog. What's a blog? It's a blog, but a podcast. You might fall asleep to this, or you might like it. So I went to Scottsdale with your boy Callie Craig. Had a great time. Beautiful golf courses. And I'm saying, hey, like, should I do a review just on the podcast, or should I do a little kind of blog, little story about our trip? Because it was that kind of a trip. Amazing time. We had a blast. So here we go. Volume 1. Touchdown in the desert. Round booked. A backpack. Travel bag jammed with an Ovi jersey and golf polos. On the Uber ride down to Ak-Chin Southern Dunes, promptly I was reminded that booking a tee time outside of any metro area at rush hour was not ideal. 35 minutes resulted in an hour and a half. No sweat. I had the time. An exhausted but happy father and a job to forget about for the weekend on a golf course. This is priceless. The driver and I talk about life, where he was from in Medellin, Colombia. Asked me if I'm a golf professional, and I politely replied, not anywhere close. Ultimately, I arrived, received by a welcoming staff and an expression any golfer wants to hear. The tee box is yours. You're the last tee off, and it's wide open. Where the hell am I? Yesterday I was changing diapers, fixing a teenager's acne, and playing Minecraft with my son. I feel like I'm dreaming. An alluring, rolling link-style oasis thrust in the middle of the desert. Breathtaking scenery, cactuses, West Coast concrete greens, and immaculate conditions. No worry in the world, this is living. The course is a combination of a tamed-down Mike Strantz or Gil Hands, architects Lee Smith and Brian Curley sculpted out links with deep slope bunkers. You quickly realize everything trundles on the West Coast, making drives go further, but challenging the short game. Let it roll. They call it Australian sandbelt style. Maybe there's something to why Tiger only asked for the yardage to the front and not to the stick. What a day on the course. Nestled up at Freddy's Corner Bar, transfusion I ordered, and an Uber on the way. I met a course ranger, let's call him Jim. He proceeded to strike up conversation and let me know about the place. Started with, you know why they call this Freddy's Corner?
Southern Dunes has a history that dates back to its acquisition from the Ak-Chin Indian Community Reservation by an executive order in the early 1900s. Purchased by Fred Couples and another investor in the earlier 2000s, Southern Dunes was predestined to be the Augusta of the West. Jim lets me know the layout is similar to an Augusta style. He said, picture this, take out the desert shit and squeeze this course tighter. That was the original plan. The course struggled to get enough members to make this plan prosper, which ultimately led to reacquisition by the Ak-Chin community in 2010. Widening of fairways and the true gem that stands today. I'd have to say that I'm glad the Augusta plan didn't pan out. A round in heaven. A few feet from an albatross. And yes, I missed the eagle putt. I likely was to go career low, but stopped on 15 due to nightfall. Nobody to witness, but who cares? I arrived back at Scottsdale. Reflected, ate the best birria tacos of a lifetime at Olma. Washed them down with a few spicy margaritas. Realized Scotty was a wild party scene and fell asleep in a shipping container turned into an Airbnb. And this is just the beginning.
Volume 2. You heard it clearly. I did arise in a shipping container. It's Saturday, and damn, it's beautiful outside. Unbeknownst to me, the allure of an Arizona morning in April. Cool mountain air rushes in with a warm, dry heat to rev the engines for the days ahead. Commence my morning with a coffee, call the family, open the computer because this is technically a work trip, listen to dermatology lectures while wondering if yesterday was a dream. Callie Craig was on the way, excited to embark on the journey, planning on an earlier arrival to access his inclusion in the story. I had time to kill, left the shipping container and ventured to Scottsdale. As a young lad, I envisioned the sprawling desert with golf heaven in the heart. All I could visualize was Tiger in the Hello World shot, or Brooksy chipping in preceding the Super Bowl. One thing I knew is that I had to get there. Pull up to Scotty, I made it. Ordered some nooners, hit the pool, and off I was for round 2.
Talking Stick is a core Crenshaw design convenient to the Phoenix airport. It's based in the Salt River, Pima Maricopa Indian community. The south course was our spot for the day. Open layout, quality track to mash the ball around with some challenge. Or for dodging rattlesnakes in the desert.
Never realized how a golf pairing is going to conclude. Are they social? Can I blast Wallen and Petty on my speaker? Are they serious? Not serious enough? Too old? Too young? Too stiff? It does happen to work out most times. Whoever you're playing with want the same thing. Hit bombs and have a good time. Either it's Joe trying to get his round finished in 3 hours so Phyllis doesn't give him shit, or Johnny cranking BLs on hole 1. Golf's a shit show. We lucked out. Teed it up with 2 guys willing to jam some Petty and kill their hangover from the casino with some cold nooners. The views at Talking Stick are epic. No houses lining the course, casino rocking 50 Cent at the pool party. I didn't know that this was mini Vegas. 4 regular Joes trying to go low. I can see Ben Crenshaw cringing every tee box when I pull driver. Swing fuel turns me into the dumbest golfer on the planet. But who wants to pull hybrid in the desert? Let the big dog eat. Of course your buddy comes in and shoots sub 80 after a flight and 3 practice swings. But rather than be too competitive, the vibes with Callie Craig are always on point. Scotty is a vibe. Probably mid-20s is prime level, but a few 30-some donks heading into Barstool Bar was a wake-up call. I'm aging. One of those moments, thought I was belling up at a bar to watch sports, place a few Hail Mary parlays, grab a bite and head back. Instead, it was good people watching as we sipped our nooner and realized we were past our prime for techno DJs and fighting for an hour to get a drink. Ended up at Social Tap for a nice brew, food, and an unneeded tequila shot. Went in Scotty. We hit the spot, debated whether Bitcoin could hit 1 million, then drifted off to bed, knowing that Core Crenshaw was going to fuck us up the next day at Weeko Pa. The story continues.
Weeko Pa, meaning 4 Peaks, is part of the Fort McDowell Yavapai Nation. Nestled in Fort McDowell, north of Scottsdale. Established in the early 2000s, the Core Crenshaw Saguro course is a must-play. Perfect blend of desert golf with larger slopes than the courses downtown. No wonder it ranks in the top 100 every year.
I knew Core Crenshaw would nab me, but it was worth the obstacle. Rolling slopes with tight lies surrounding the greens, short par 4s to entice my low golf IQ. Fair but challenging, stunning mountain scenery and no houses in sight. Saguaro slopes through small canyons with the clubhouse perched in the center. Cactuses of all kinds and numerous snake pits. Callie Craig and I purchased every Advil on the premises. We did have that unneeded Casamigos the preceding night. Weeko Pa possesses a secluded feel. Very welcoming, no rangers hounding. They made you feel appreciated. We had a pairing with a pleasant couple from the UK. Not sure how they would feel about us jamming tunes. We proceeded with an a cappella duet between shots. Craig's grandma would be proud. We didn't want to come off as annoying Americans. Our second 18 we rallied, got off with no pairing, 2-man scramble time. We nuked drives, cracked cold cores, attempted impossible shots, and finished even par. We managed to catch up with the group ahead. To their surprise, I popped the Ovi jersey on for the final hole.
The shirt off on the 18th hole instead. He just put a jersey on.
There's a lady present. There's a lady present. Yeah.
He's being a little.
Play with shorts on today? Yeah.
I have a tradition of a shirtless drive on 18th tee. Too late to get kicked out, but there was a lady present. This was the first round of the playoffs, and the Caps were on a roll. The W and 36 in paradise. It's Monday. I sat at the Phoenix Airport bar reflecting on the journey. I sucked down a few spicy margaritas with pineapple juice, gobbled down some fish and chips. We were two dads back to reality. Reality is fantastic, but time away teeing it up with friends makes you a better person. This is Moonshine signing out.
Shotgun Molly. Shotgun Molly.
Go ahead, CG.
It's only gonna take one take. Let's go.
Oh yeah, Dobby too.
Bad boys broke that brand with a jingle. Head down, rolling to the T as a single. 790s washed up and glistening. While my beer belly's looking like a Michelin. I got this game on lock. Queued up the two. Now I got it in the slot. Hands are shaking. My swing thoughts are swirling. My buddy's baking. The other one is hurling. Starters yelling, old men are trying to gamble. My 20 handicapped yelling, get me to the scramble. Knees are shaking, I can't even see the ball. Breakfast burrito yelling, get me to the style. Golf game is trash, filling me with anger. Stuck trying to get a case of beer past the Ranger. Old school, call me Frank the Tank. Off the driving range with a case of Shanks. Golf game is crushed, can I stay on the grind? Your old lady yelling, can you only play 9? Price the swing, training to crack my ribs. Elevated handy plus a rack of kids. Trying to understand this life I live. Caught at 95, now I'm back to the crib. Hey, country club kids, they not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Them tour players, they not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Them scratch golfers, they not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Those country club kids, they not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Let's go. Shotgun Molly. Shotgun Molly. Shotgun Molly.